welcome here to another YouTube video. Now, have you heard this saying that women sometimes say and say, my money is my money, his money is our money. Now, those might actually be funny, but not necessarily a good money mindset going into marriage. And that's actually what we're talking about, overcoming financial conflict in marriages. Because we've come to understand that money issues is one of those big ambiguous topics that couples actually struggle with when they are actually dealing in their relationship. And some marriages, it actually brings it to an end, to a struggle or stress. So pretty much, let's dive right into it. Now, this number one is actually very, very important. It says, understand each other money personality. What does this mean? This simply means that as an individual, you have a money personality. Your fears about money, your beliefs about money, your experience about money, your upbringing about money. Now, that makes you to fall into two categories, meaning you are either a spender or a saver, or you see money as a tool, or you see money as an end. So, pretty much, understanding your money personality goes a long way, because if you are a spender and he is a saver, or she's a saver, pretty much the saver will always see that the spender is spending unwisely, and then the saver would also not know in some instances that the spender is looking at you and saying, why don't you live your life, enjoy your life, spend this money and the rest of them. So you need to understand that we all have a money personality. For example, I'm a spender by nature and my spouse is actually a saver. But understanding this now brings us to the place of you that you are a saver, hold the money. The little that I need, give to me. In short, hold 100%, give me 20% and let me spend. And sometimes in less than a week, some few days, all my 20% for flexing is because I remember some years back where I was still struggling with this money personality thing. And then I think I made some money then and I split it into two, and I gave my wife half and I held on to half. I think after a week or so, my money, I couldn't find it. There was no account. And then I went back, I said, babe, can you just borrow me small change, or just give me small change? Then let me just, by the way, how much do you even have? I think she has spent only 1% of the money. I was like, how are you doing it? So pretty much, I discovered that, she's a saver, I'm a spender. And it only makes sense to allow the saver to be in charge and not the spender. So ever since then, she's in charge. I make the money, she manages the money. So you need to understand your money personality. Who am I? And be honest with it, so that we can, have investments, do things, have goals and set goals. Very, very important. Now, number two is create a family budget. Yes, very important. A family budget would help us know how much we're making, how much we're spending on our needs, on our wants, and then on our investments. Very, very important. Family budget would also help you to understand how much you are really spending and what is not necessary. How many times do we buy bread, for example? How many times do we buy this, for example? How many subscriptions do we have, for example? Are they all necessary? And then as a family, how can we cut down on some certain things that are unnecessary, that we can actually live without? Very important. Now, when you are able to understand your personality and you are also able to have a budget, you have overcome 70% of conflicts when it comes to finances, because you know who you are and then you spend accordingly or you spend wisely. And then lastly is, decide on financial rules. Decide on financial rules. Decide who does this. If you are not going to do a joint account, which I actually do, then decide, are you going to pay school fees and I pay house rent, or I do groceries and food stuff and you do house rent and the bigger bills? Am I going to do the school fees and the house rent while you do some other things in the house? What are we going to do? So that is a financial rule. Or should we just bring all our money together and then create our budget and just tackle our budget through our together income? Whichever works for you. But decide on your financial rules. What am I going to be doing? Or are we just going to do Superman style, Batman style, what's it called? Justice League. Everybody bring your power, your resources together, and we tackle life. Pretty much. Whichever that works for you. It is important that you understand that money can actually cause conflict in marriage. And you want to, as much as possible, understand first of all your personality, your money personality, and then create a budget and then decide on the financial rules. Also, I would love to add this. It is very important that when you have money disagreement, you attack, or sorry, you address it amicably. You address it with respect. Because, like I said, it depends on who you are. When you discover your personality, when people see money as a tool, so money is not a big deal. So they may not really fancy or really want to talk about money. But for people see money, as an end goal. So they are always big on money. So whichever way you fall into, make sure that when you're talking about money, whether for project, for home, you always speak with respect. You address it with respect. And by so doing, you'll be able to overcome this challenge that a lot of couples actually have. And I want to say this, please, there's nothing such as your money is our money and my money is my money. I would urge whether you're a male or a female, because abroad or overseas, couples do 50-50, and they all work and bring in the money. So I would always advise, please, as much as you can, as a lady or as a woman, contribute. It goes a long way. Because I saw a post recently where a woman was asking that, and the husband is thinking is almost entering depression, and because he has paid the house rent, he paid some hospital bills, she has the money, but she's scared of helping him out. And people are like, until this man dies, that's when you bring out this money for his burial. So pretty much, don't hoard money. If your husband is transparent, if your husband is open, if your husband is direct, don't hoard your money. The money is actually just a tool, really. But whichever way or whichever channel it comes from, whether from you or from your spouse or from your husband or from your wife, it's just the channel. The money that is being supplied by the universe is to your family name. For example, Titiola family. Whether 50% come here, 50 come here, 70 come here, 30 come here, what the universe supplies is 100%. So whichever ratio or percentage that it comes through does not really matter. I hope this video has blessed you and has impacted you. Let us know if you have a money strategy that you use for your family and the one you'll be implementing first of all. And any other information or questions you have, send it or share with us in our comment section. We would love to see you. Until I see you guys in our next video, I'm Titiola Benson, a certified relationship coach, and I help individuals, couples, and parents to actually navigate the journey of life. Bye for now, guys. Cheers.